I thought I'd make a video to talk about my addiction to sleep deprivation. So I'm recording this at night because obviously this is a nighttime themed addiction. I feel very euphoric if I go 24 to about 36 hours without sleep. The big problem is that I have never successfully extended it beyond 36. And so I can only temporarily give myself a boost. And I discovered this quite by mistake, actually. You see, when I was a kid, I rarely went over 24 hours without sleep. If I missed a night's sleep, if I didn't have any responsibilities the next day, I would just go to sleep. So I discovered this quite by mistake, now that I have some adult responsibilities, right? A couple years ago, I went out to view a lunar eclipse at night. And I had to work the next day, and I almost thought about just calling in sick. But I thought it was too obvious, because everybody knows I love space. Anybody with with internet access would have known what I went out to do. It was too obvious, so I had to brave it out. And I went to work, and so I totally expected to lose my job because I was a mess. I thought I was a mess. And I went to work, and I felt so good. Nothing could bother me that day. Whatever somebody said that used to be annoying, it slid right off. You have to keep in mind that particular day when I showed up at the office. When I showed up in the morning, it had been about 24 hours since I had last slept, right? And on my way out the door, it would have been closer to 33, 34 hours since I last slept. And that's about my sweet zone. When I go over the 34, 35 hour limit, I start to get maniacs. So it's a very double-edged sword, if you will. A few months after that, I was viewing Jupiter in opposition. So Jupiter comes 180 degrees opposite of the sun once every 13 months. And again, I had to go to work the day before the opposition and also the day after. And that time I probably could have called in sick. I mean, it was not a very highly publicized event, but I can't remember why I needed to show up to work that day. I think I had something interesting going on. And again, nothing could bother me. I had clients who said things that were not exactly the best things in the world to hear. I had managers who said things that were not the best thing in the world. They slid right off. I wish I could feel that way every day. I can't, though, because it doesn't work the second day in a row that I do this. But 2 months ago, I pushed it a little bit too far, and I almost caused myself and some other people quite a bit of danger, actually. I almost killed myself, believe it or not. What had happened was, I had a couple space events like this that I went out to view, and then I got busy writing a computer game, and then at the same time I was on Facebook and I had met somebody interesting, and I spent a lot of time talking to her, and before I knew it, I was up to hour 60. And then I got upset because I was looking at the computer gaming conference that I want to compete in, and they were going to hold it in Japan, and that's very upsetting because I wanted to go to Gdansk Bay after the conference. I was hoping the conference would be held in Europe, or at least New York, so then I could continue the trip to Europe. But it was going to be held in Japan. I've been to Japan quite a few times in recent years. I kind of want a change in scenery. I've been to too much Asia recently. Taiwan, Macau, China. I just want a little change of scenery, but my opponent at the computer game conference, he doesn't like competing when it's not at the Computer Olympiad. So I suggested, why don't we talk on the phone, email each other? No, he's too busy for that. I don't know why he prefers going to the conference. I think he wants to get all the excitement and attention. Or maybe he knows that eventually I won't be able to keep going, and he's using it like a nuclear weapon, you know, to wear me out. I don't know what the case is. But I got upset because I really wanted to go to Gdansk, but I knew I really needed to go to this conference for my career, and so I was very upset, and I just wanted to die because I didn't want to make that tough choice. And I was hanging out at a Starbucks when let me just make sure there's nobody here because I don't want to. Okay, I don't want my friends here to see what's going on. Anyways, I had gone to a Starbucks, actually this one right here, and I had almost ended my life because it was 4 or 5 in the morning, and 2 police officers just had no particular reason. Just before their shift, they came here probably, and I thought, oh my God, I could just lunge for one of their guns, and then the other guy could shoot me, and I could be out of my misery. In my 60-hour sleep-deprived mind, that's what I was thinking. I don't know why I stopped. I told myself, Andrew, let's go get some sleep. When you wake up, if you still feel this way, you could always drive to the police station. Andrew, you know where that is. Let's go to sleep first. And I went back to my car. I got about 4 hours of sleep. I woke up and I was like, oh my God, what did I just think? And I made myself hide the computer so I wouldn't continue writing computer games because it was driving me nuts already. And it's all good, but you see, it's a very tough balance. I used to think, every other week I'll sleep deprive myself to feel euphoric. I don't like it anymore because of my bad experience at one time. The way I like to see it, when it happens that I get sleep deprived by mistake, I'll enjoy it. I'm not gonna chase it anymore. It's a tough balancing act, but when it does happen by mistake, yeah, I'll enjoy it. Thanks for watching.